I'm joined now here with Roger Helmer, who has been an MEP since 1999, as well as being the UKIP spokesperson for energy and industry. Roger, how did you find the Warwick politics debate?
Well, it was very lively. It was very exciting. Always you end up thinking, oh, there are other points I should have covered or other answers I should have given. But I think in the end, I got most of the points over that I wanted to. And it was a great audience.
And in terms of the poll, we saw that Remain did win the poll.
Yeah.
Were you disheartened by that, or did you expect, students traditionally are considered more Remain?
No, I think that was a pretty fair result. We do think that certain demographics are likely to be more towards the Remain side, and certainly students. I've done some work with groups of academics, and they are much more Remain. I think they've got their eye on the grant funding, and they don't realise that we'll have more money for grant funding when we've left the EU. But no, I was pretty happy with that result.
So now, Roger, if an undecided is listening to this, how would you persuade them to vote to leave the EU, as someone who works in the European Parliament?
Britain is a great country with the fifth largest economy. If we can't stand on our own feet and run our own country, then nobody can. I believe if we leave, we will have more economic growth, more prosperity, more trade deals around the world, but above all, we will become a democratic country that governs ourselves, rather than be governed by unaccountable technocratic institutions in a foreign capital city.
You spoke about democracy then. Immigration, why would you see that as an issue to our membership of the European Union? You clearly said today that UKIP is not against immigration, and you think that's a common media perception.
Yep.
How would you defend that?
What we want to do is we want to have managed immigration. We want to agree, have a national consensus about what is a realistic number of immigrants. I'm not going to guess what that's going to be. I thought Cameron, with his tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, was not far off. But we want to make sure that amongst those people are specifically those we need for our industry, for our workforce, for our hospitals, and not just general unskilled Eastern Europeans, of whom we are getting rather a lot at the moment.
Roger, your job is obviously reliant on us being in the EU. Why do you want to be sacked?
Well, as I've said, I want people to vote to give me my P45. We're in this for a result, not for a career. I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm probably certainly older than anybody else in this room at the moment. But I've devoted the last 17 years of my life as an MEP to trying to get Britain out of the European Union. And frankly, the question of my job is trivial compared to that issue.
And just finally, before we let you go, what did you think of the other panellists tonight?
They were clearly very committed. They had very strong opinions. In several cases, they were just plain wrong on some of the issues. But what bothers me is their willingness to talk Britain down. We're only a small country. We're only a small island. We can't cope. Nobody will want to talk to us. Nobody will do deals with us. Yes, they will. We're the fifth largest economy in the world. We're an important country. We're on the G7 and the G20. Of course people will want to deal with us. Of course we shall set up very advantageous deals. If Switzerland can do a deal with China, and even Iceland, less than 1 million people, 400,000 people in Iceland, it has its own deal with China. We don't. Why not? Because the European Union hasn't bothered to get on with it.
Fantastic.
My name's Roger Helmer, UKIP MEP representing the East Midlands, and I'm the party's spokesman on industry and energy, speaking to you now on behalf of RAW.
People who are offering Brexit, approaching it from a totally different standpoints. I mean, there are some like Nigel Farage, whose alternative is based on nationalism and hostility to foreign